Everyone, Vidavis back once again. I am going to bring you a game that is very strange, not really typically a game I'd say, it's more of like a very short story kind of thing. It's actually a really interesting story, and I'd like to hear anyone who watches it, I'd like to hear your thoughts about the end of the story. I have my own hypothesis that I'll share at the end, but I'd like to know what everybody else thinks. I won't be talking too much through this because I will want you to hear the narrator because he's the one that tells the story. So without further ado, this is Serena.
Sometimes, when I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena.
Now right from the beginning, you can look around in like all kinds of directions. Basically the whole game takes place in this cabin. That's it. And I'll show you guys everything that you can see.
Maybe I could have another look. Serena, why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember? This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors, laughing, giddy as teenagers. It was truly like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us. My love, we don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. My love.
And what you do is you just click on certain things to advance the story. You understand what happens with him and Serena in this cabin that is theirs. It's very interesting, and the end is quite shocking. So let's press on.
The furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this place is, that helped make up our mind. Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. A curious, sensual thrill. The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore. Our dining table, quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that it had been the centerpiece of many happy occasions. And there were many more to come.
And after a while, the music just kind of dies down like this so you can really hear the narrator, and then you'll know when you go to the next piece of the story, because the clock will chime.
Our dining table, quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And every now and then it's going to repeat things, because I'm not really sure how many things he says, how many scripted things he says, but I want you guys to get an idea of the whole entire story.
Serena enjoyed spice in our life. I preferred it more bland. We were so different on some points.
Would you pass me the pepper? You know, you should use it too. It's good for the pressure.
I can't help these random associations. It's always been that way. I look at a pepper shaker and think of a Beatles song. It's just a pepper shaker, really. We got this set from that clearance sale, however long ago that was, yet we never needed to refill it. I didn't notice this before. It reads, "Contents imported from Ceylon." How old is this stuff? It's just a pepper shaker, really.
You always put too much salt in, dear. Think about your pressure.
She always worried about my diet. I used to think she did it to annoy me, but now... Yep, guilty as charged. I love salt. It emphasizes the taste a lot, and those crispy snacks. It's not the healthier type, just regular table salt. I always planned to switch to mineral or sea salt, but then I always ended up buying the regular stuff. doctors. They always overreact. I must be even more exhausted than I realize. Here I am staring at a salt shaker, my thoughts a million miles away. It's not the healthier type, just regular table salt.
Now there is a bunch of stuff you can interact with in this game, and I'm going to try and interact with everything. I do believe there's a place in this game where you just can't get the whole entire story because it's timed, but I will try and capture as much as I can, and you guys will notice that the mood changes drastically.
This one wobbles. I always meant to do something about that, but somehow never got around to it. This used to be her favorite spot. She used to sit here, put her legs on the table, lean back, and just give me one of her smiles. Those effervescent, incandescent smiles. Once we dragged these chairs out to the lake and scrubbed off all the dust and grime of years. That was a long time ago. For all the charm of furniture like this, something about it reminds me of Ingmar Bergman. Sort of brooding. One of a matching pair. Obviously, there was a piece of gum stuck to the underside of this chair back when we bought this place. We just left it there. For all the charm of furniture like this, something about it reminds me of Ingmar Bergman. Sort of brooding.
Okay, and like I said, you can look all around. You can't look behind you because you're obviously sitting in this chair here. But this is not the end of the game. Now, we'll go over this way. Everything is displayed in those little jump cuts like that, and it works pretty well. You can't actually use the WASD to move or anything like that. Next thing we'll examine is the frying pan.
We had such a wonderful time dining in this cabin. Serena loved to experiment with her cooking. Truth be told, not all the cooking she did was a resounding success. We agreed to never attempt doing ravioli again.
You silly dolt. Here, give me that. Don't be such a child.
I think it dates from the colonial era, probably brought over by the Pilgrims. It belongs in a museum. An archaeologist could excavate the layers of food forever welded onto this and learn about the days when other beings ruled the earth. I think it dates from the colonial era, probably brought over by the Pilgrims.
The next thing you can search is the stove.
Sharing meals with a good red wine was one of the great pleasures in our relationship, especially in the intimacy of this cabin. I should probably eat. Can't remember the last time I ate, yet I don't feel hungry. I have more pressing things on my mind right now than culinary exploits. The stove looks like something from World War I. Considering how basic and ancient the kitchen is, it's a wonder what we managed to do with it from time to time. Well, she mostly.
Feeling peckish, dear?
The stove looks like something from World War I.
And I think they messed up with the wine. It's incredibly hard to actually see it. You have to click like right here at this tiny little label, and it's like 1 pixel width. But basically it's just the label of the wine. It goes to show the amount of graphics in the game, though. It's just fantastic. Okay, and the next thing we can view are these books. These are actually really funny if you read them all, too. They're really funny. And this is a free game on Steam, so I definitely recommend anybody check it out.
So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this. The smell of old books is intoxicating. What happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell. I loved it when we took down one of my favorites and curled up on the bed to read together as the wind howled outside on cold winter nights. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. A lot of rarities and special editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? No. Of course not. Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too.
And all of these bookshelves do contain different books that you can read the titles. I don't think I'll actually do that. If you guys want me to read the titles to you or show you all the titles, just let me know and I can do that in a different video, they are really funny. Like, one of the ones down here is something about Kickstarter, like being addicted to Kickstarters or something because this game was Kickstarted. And I found it kind of funny.
So many afternoons spent in this armchair.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. And cuddle.
What did we talk about? Damn this fallible memory of mine. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course. I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now, putting her hand under my shirt. Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place in the cabin we didn't before things deteriorated. The most comfortable spot in the cabin, well, along with the bed, of course.
And now there's also freaky pictures in this cabin like this. That's kind of creepy. I don't know why anybody would want to hang this on their wall. Seriously, I wouldn't want to. Or this. Look at this. Who paints a picture like this? I don't even want to know. I try not to worry about it too much.
This window never got much attention. Then again, the view isn't nearly as spectacular. Priorities, right? I guess it's covered with grease and grime from cooking, mostly. There's probably nothing out there that I want to see, anyway. All the stuff I care about is inside. Well, except for Serena. I can make out nothing through this window. There was a time, long ago, that all this disrepair felt oddly homey. All the windows are drafty, but like everything else, we just got used to it. We liked it, even. I can make out nothing through this window.
Okay. So now we'll go over here. You can interact with the door.
No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here. I better stay in case Serena comes back. There's always a chance she might return. There's nothing for me out there. This door has been creaking for years. One of the many things I promised I would fix. I have this gut feeling that I shouldn't leave just yet. There's nothing for me out there.
Okay, so that's all he says there. As soon as you hear something that you've already heard, that means it's just looping. But he does say, I think it's like 3 new things or something like that. But I don't want to miss anything. This right here is one of the most important parts of going on in the game.
Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niamh of the ice-blue eyes. Blue eyes.
There where he said, blue eyes. He's remembering Serena had blue eyes. And if you remember, when you look at the picture, you can't remember her face. So you have to do certain things to remember her face.
It's based on an Irish folk tale. Warrior poet Oisin goes to Tirnanog, a Celtic otherworld known as the Land of Youth and Promise. Niamh is of the Fey folk, the fair ones, fairies. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative, but the language and structure are a bit quaint. Still, some lines jump out at you. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. My grandma introduced me to these old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country. Weird mix of doggerel and artistry. The elemental imagery is evocative. Something draws me to this trunk. Is it the memories locked within? Or something else?
And sometimes I'll just try and skip through the ones we've already heard, like that one that he was just saying.
We use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside. It's too painful. I want to, but not yet. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos. We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. But this would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years.
Whoops. I forgot you have to aim over there at the floor to be able to leave the trunk.
She made this with her own hands. She was really good.
Look what I made, hun, in case we ever need to sweep something under the carpet. See the pattern of yellow squares? It's from this rug I remembered from my nursery. I must have been like 3 or 4, but it always stuck with me.
And no trap door under there, just more creaky floor. I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up.
The rug's all crooked again. Can you help me straighten it out?
And no trap door under there, just more creaky floor. Our refuge from the world, a place of warmth and passion. Sometimes we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was, far out. The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury, but without her, there are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head. I feel too restless to sleep right now. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me. Both a blessing and a curse, I suppose. There are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head.
And then you can interact with certain things like these drawers. You can see what's in the drawers. It's just graphics, because there's actually nothing in these drawers. It's just kind of neat to actually see that the drawers aren't empty and that you can interact with them. They're not useful to the story at all, though. Just letting you guys know.
Quite a large armoire for our admittedly Spartan needs. She uses most of it. And we all have our skeletons in the closet, but not Serena. She was perfect. I'm not sure why, but I don't feel like opening it. The sole thought of it drains what little energy I have left in me. Maybe later. There's nothing of interest inside the closet anyway. I'm a casual dresser. No need to change clothes right now. Don't think Serena would approve of me making an even bigger mess of the clothes in here. Maybe later. There's nothing of interest inside the closet anyway. She used to keep magazines, paperback novels, usual stuff on these nightstands when we were staying here.
Good night, love.
She would always bring her reading material like I did. Why are these nightstands so empty? Dust everywhere. The amount of dust on it might make me hack up a lung. It's full of little scratches and gouges. Dust everywhere. She adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. Curiously, we never brought many plants inside the cabin. We were surrounded by so many outside, I guess we were saturated by them. At least I was. Maybe I should have let her bring some plants inside. She liked them a lot. A plant is a plant. Beautiful to some, boring to others. They say these things are alive. If they are, it must be a horrible existence, confined in their own silent, dark world. We have much more interesting things than this plant inside the cabin, like my books. A plant is a plant, beautiful to some, boring to others. She is fairly religious, not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard, but I don't remember that ever being an issue between us. She always thought our relationship was a blessing. God, how I miss her. No longer the cynical asshole, I guess. Her faith came as a surprise to me. She was never prudish about sex, so I just didn't expect it. I guess people simply aren't that predictable. No, I don't want to read right now. Especially not a Bible. I have no need for the words in there. I don't feel like being admonished by a deity right now. No, I don't want to read right now. Especially not a Bible.
There are a few more places you can check.
We used to keep a pitcher of water and a glass on this nightstand, but they're not here now. There's a thick layer of dust and an almost invisible outline where we kept the water pitcher. It hasn't been long enough for so much dust to accumulate. Has it? For some reason, I always slept on the side of the bed closer to the window. Never asked myself why. We weren't good at housekeeping, always focusing on other aspects of our life together, But the dust does stand out a lot more when Serena's suddenly not here. I'll dust it off some other time. For some reason, I always slept on the side of the bed closer to the window. Never asked myself why.
Okay, that's interesting, because I've had him say a whole lot more when I click this, and now he's not saying it. Very odd.
The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to "Every cabin needs one." The ticking begins to feel homey after a while. The first night was a nightmare, though. Time never mattered much to us while we were hiding from the rest of the world here. As long as we were together and happy. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync. Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync again. No trusting this clock. I wonder what time it is. As if it mattered. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound it up, it keeps going out of sync.
That's really odd. Because I know he says many more things about this lamp. I've heard it like twice. Anyway, you can also push the space key to find out just everything that's clickable. Now, even though there's 2 spots on the bed, that's just basically saying the bed is clickable. And there's 3 spots on the rug, but it's just the rug is clickable. So I don't need to play with it because I know everything to click on.
She was special. Contradictory. She didn't mind these. Actually, I think she was into them too.
That looks interesting. We can always try it.
I read it for the articles, of course. Like that one by the guy. That one about the thing. I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. It's some way through the woods. Something good left in this world. They still make covers like this. Erotic, not obscene. She's beautiful, but what's her obsession with dolphins?
Because she's terrified of dolphins for some
I
reason.
needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. It's some way through the woods.
That's all you can check in there.
It's a beautiful day, though there's an unnatural calm surrounding the area. I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place. It's deep into summer, so there's a few hours left until it gets dark. The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us. There's a crack in this window from a tantrum she threw some time ago. It wasn't the only thing she threw. Not exactly perfect soundproofing. The sunlight can be confusing, oppressive, as if pregnant with some ill omen. Or is the stress finally catching up with me? The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us.
I want to see something real quick.
Unlike its sibling,
There
this
we go.
lamp would last for months. We brought the lamps with us when we got this place all those years ago. They were from a garage sale. We weren't good at housekeeping, always focusing on other aspects of our life together. But the dust does stand out a lot more when Serena's suddenly not here. I'll dust it off some other time.
Huh. He's still not saying everything that I know that he says about the lamp. What the hell? Weird.
Comme une évidence, Serena's favorite perfume. I've always told Serena that she doesn't need to wear perfume. Her presence is magical enough already. It smells so elegant. There's violet leaf and silk tree blossom, I think. This perfume is perfect for Serena. Why didn't I ever notice? We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this. I keep looking at her things, remembering all the good. And bad. Depends on how you look at it. Either a wonderful sensory stimulant and aphrodisiac, or a subtle weapon in the mating rituals of Homo sapiens. We were happy for a long time, at least I think we were. But as time passed, we fought about every little thing, even this.
And then there's more decorative drawers. Um, this one we'll get to a little later. And then this one, I swear it looks like you can do something with the watch, but actually that watch looks like it's stopped. Or the coins, but it's all just for decoration. You can never click on it. In this drawer, there's this picture that for the life of me, I cannot figure out what this is supposed to be at all. I mean, there's a tentacle in the window, so I have no idea. I can't read the name tag. I don't know who this person is. I don't know why there's a little movie thing here or a bowl. And it says waiting for asylum. I just don't understand it.
These keys are for the cabin and the car. If the keys are here, does she have her spare? I should probably stay here in case she doesn't. Did she even have her own spare? We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. No one comes here anyway. We did have a night prowler once who left a mark inside the outhouse, but we rarely lock it anyway. I never noticed it before, but there's some rust on the ring. Should get a new one. We also have a key for the outhouse, but can't be bothered to keep it anywhere other than under that rock next to the thing. They prevent my blood pressure from skyrocketing. Doctor's orders. And Serena's. I'm generally not fond of taking medication. I find it hard to believe ingesting a few chemicals will do me much good in the long run.
Don't forget your pill, hun. I know you'd rather not, but you know it's for the best.
Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure. I'm only supposed to take these before meals. Not a big fan of them. They do tend to alleviate my headaches, though. Beta blockers. I have high blood pressure.
Oops. Forgot one.
Pretty shambolic, isn't it? The organization of its contents isn't much better. It'd be a shame to say we're fashionistas. We were never that big on appearance. Serena has this mystical aura about her, even when she's wearing one of my mom's charming knitted sweaters. I do remember that on the night I first met her, she wore this beautiful purple dress, like she'd flown straight down from the night sky. I wonder what became of that dress. This dresser contains most of her things. There's mostly beauty products and personal items in it. Just girly stuff of no interest to me. My kind of thing is the bookcase near the table. This dresser contains most of her things. There's mostly beauty products and personal items in it.
There we go.
Hers. I used it too, when shaving. There's only an outhouse, and for some reason, whoever erected the rickety thing didn't think to include wall-to-wall mirrors, so this came in handy. Should I dust for fingerprints? I might if I were in a detective story. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume. The last thing I need now is to see myself in the mirror. I must look awful. There's dust on this, too. It's everywhere. After all these years, it permanently smells of her and her perfume.
And this is the second piece of what we need to know what Serena looks like. Obviously, you can see there's hair in here.
There's a strand of blonde hair in the comb. Yes, blonde hair like sun rays. I'm remembering. What's wrong with my memory? Did I have a stroke? She also had a brush, but I can't see it anywhere. Nor some of her other personal items. It's just a regular comb bought from a supermarket, new enough to still have all its teeth.
I don't understand the Don't understand it at all. I want to see something real quick, though. I know he was talking about the bookshelf. I wonder if he has anything else to say about the bookshelf now that he's said more about it. I don't think so, but never know.
A lot of rarities and
Nope.
special editions here.
It's weird. One of these times you just kind of have to go through here and click everything until he stops saying stuff about it. Because I can almost guarantee he's going to say more about this lamp now.
The sun is streaming through the window. No reason to turn this on. For some reason, I always slept on the side of the bed
Huh.
closer to the window. Never asked myself why.
I have no idea why he's not doing it now. But anyway, to go on and move forward in the game, all you have to do, read this letter.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it. And then you toppled us on the snow, you devil. We laughed and rolled around, my head already spinning from the wine and crisp, pure night air and the stillness all around. We lay back, and I gasped when I realized what I was seeing. The luminous starscape, like a vast velvet cloth sprinkled with powdered sugar, like it can only be seen in the countryside. I had tears in my eyes when I turned to you and we kissed, and it felt like the only moment in all of time, or outside time, and ours was the only spark that could ignite the universe. You gave me these moments. You complete me in ways I never knew to dream of. Let me be the one who makes sense of the confusion whenever you feel lost again. We can make our own world against the rest of the world if need be. Together we can silence all the demons, heal all the wounds. I love you. In eternity yours, Serena.
Now,
It's been so long since I said her name out loud. I think that's the moment I fell in love with her, when she told me the soothing sound of her name.
okay, I don't think I've ever heard him say that. Weird. And the clock didn't chime either. I think it's because you have to go back to the picture. Sit down, go back to the picture, and there she is. Now you can actually see her.
We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important.
That's pretty much it. There it is. Clock chimed. Now you can go around and look at stuff.
Years passed, no tears fell, no death knell reached the golden shores they trod. Another love story without a happy ending. Time works differently in the other world. She's gone, and even then I just keep reading. But it's always been my way of looking for answers, processing information. I can think of worse ways. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. Is there anything worse than beautiful memories turning to dust? I feel like I don't even have the strength to lift the lid. What once gave me so much joy now fills me with unbearable sorrow, big enough for a lifetime of mementos.
You can already feel the atmosphere changing.
Could you take this out and beat it, love? It's getting a bit dusty.
It's one of the few decorative things here. We weren't much of homemakers, either of us. I remember us washing it properly in the lake many summers ago. Once. I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up. I know it's my general state of mind, but I feel even more depressed near this hour. Guess I can't shake off the memory of my sweet Serena trying on her various garments.
Be honest. Does this dress show too much cleavage? I want only one pair of eyes on me.
How I miss her naked back when she was standing by this armoire. The perfect curve of her neck. Her firm bottom. I'm a casual dresser. No need to change clothes
Okay,
right
so
now.
some of these I don't even know about.
My light's busted again. Can I come over to your side and read?
Let's face it, her reading material was shallow, to say the least.
Don't let the bedbugs bite. I'm the only one allowed to do the biting here.
The amount of dust on it might make me hack up a lung. That's funny. I don't recall seeing this plant before.
What? You just saw it.
Not that it matters. She probably found this rare specimen during her walks and wanted to keep it. Does it mean anything that it's next to her Bible? Anyway, it's just some boring plant. They say these things are alive. If they are, it must be a horrible existence, confined in their own silent, dark world. Is it possible there were times I was dismissive of her beliefs without even realizing it? I don't think so, but memory can be so deceptive. Could it hurt me to be a bit more open towards religion? Serena's faith was always a rock for her to lean on, and I certainly could use one right now.
Why can't you just accept that I want God in my life? Have you any idea how many times He has helped me get through? Of course you wouldn't know. He was there for me all the times you weren't.
Ouch.
I have no need for the words in there.
Okay, so I'm hoping that that clock is not going to chime, because I haven't heard most of these things.
As always, I automatically went to the window side, and she took the one by the armoire. Some of her scent still lingers. What's the matter with me? I can't seem to remember even ordinary things. When was the last time we made love? Maybe if I go to sleep, I will wake up, and there she'll
Dang
be,
it, there it is.
arms wrapped around me, the warm and passionate touch of her lips. But I can't sleep. It feels as if I've been awake for ages.
Dang it. So that's the end of that one. Like I said, I think it's just timed, and now the mood is going to be incredibly different. So, why don't we just start from the beginning? There's not much to listen to with this. As you can tell, picture's definitely different.
It's different. But that just... It can't be different. Am I going mad? Somehow she looks sadder than I remembered. Could I really have been so wrong about that night? The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. All those moments we sat at this table, laughing, smiling, simply looking in each other's eyes. Will we have them again someday?
The chime didn't actually bring the next thing. Cool.
This table has seen many happy times. The meals we shared, or when we just used to stay up late with a bottle of wine and talk. Oh, how we talked. I sure hope she comes back soon. We can sit down and discuss our problems, like we always did. We could always work things out. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece.
The mood hasn't changed yet. Interesting. No, we already
My
seen
grandma
those. Yeah, we
introduced
already
me to
saw
these
that.
old legends when I was just a kid, in between stories of what she could still remember of her childhood in the old country. Why? I might just as well stay here. I should really stay. I'm so tired anyway. I prefer the darkness inside right now. This door has been creaking for years. One of the many things I promised I would fix. When did we let this window get so gunked up? There didn't seem to be much reason to keep it clean. Just overgrown bushes outside, brambles and thistles. I should clean the cabin. As a surprise, perhaps. No, better wait until she gets back. There was a time, long ago, that all this disrepair felt oddly homey.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. There's something I have to tell you. I have been trying, and believe me, I've been trying so hard.
I almost have it. What was she trying to tell me? I can imagine her cuddling up to me even now, putting her hand under my shirt.
Let's go back to the books again. Actually, we already looked at that one. Let's go to this one.
Someone said,
This way, if you guys want to
work
pause the video.
and love are the only things that ever really happened to us. Was it Freud or Marilyn Monroe? Did I let my work destroy my love?
Damn it, there it is.
Writing was so all-consuming for me, yet I made so little headway in all this time.
Okay, so now it's going to be the dark. Because we're going to look at the photo and it's going to be different.
She's angry now. Part of me realizes I should be more shocked by this, but for some reason, I just feel numb, beyond it. She was lying to me and manipulating me all the time. Why did I let her do that? I'm the one who should have been scowling. She played me like a harp and made me look like a complete idiot. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies.
And we'll hear these enough because instead of having different things to say about each item, he is now to the point where he is about to break. So at the end of everything, he's going to say the same thing over and over again. So we'll hear everything.
Sit down. We need to talk.
When did it go so wrong? This was supposed to be We weren't supposed to fight here.
You just don't get it, do you? You never do.
I couldn't care less about this damn thing. Truth is, I could have used this spice to get some of her abominations down my throat. She never had any sense for balancing a meal. It was either spicy hot or cringeworthy bland. I was used to much better fare before my family fell on hard times. Almost empty. So typical of you, Serena. Not one limit. I torture myself trying to remember.
Yes, go ahead and empty the whole salt shaker on your meal. I hope you choke.
She was always yammering about the salt, feigning concern about my blood pressure. Should have emptied this into her lying throat till she vomited. If she were here, I'd rub salt into her wounds, all right, just like she's rubbed salt into mine. Too upset to even think straight. She actually threw this at me once. She could have killed me. That's how the bedroom window got that crack.
Here's your stupid omelet.
Heavy damn thing. Cast iron. I hate her so much. I tried to be charitable with her, but what did it get me? Honestly, she could rarely carry a tune, so her humming habit got on my nerves. My wife has no indulgence given except what comes to her from heaven. We eat little, we drink less. This earth breeds not our happiness. William Blake. Never those dry, blackened omelets again. Good riddance. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies.
See, it just keeps looping the same, I think it's 4 things. As you might notice, there's also something on the floor there. I don't understand really what it is. You can't view it, I know that. You can't, search it.
I want to hurl the whole damn lot into the lake. Or just tear at the pages until the wind sweeps them away. Some of these started a mildew long ago. Nothing gold can stay. Frost. Oh, those words. Those damn words. My whole life's been consumed by them. Now I have none left to say. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. This armchair. This is where we had that talk. That damn...
I've been trying so hard, but we lost something along the way. Did you get my letter? Will you just listen to me for once? God, you're always... Wait, where are you going? Don't walk away from me.
Why torture myself trying to remember? I feel like throwing this chair through the window. But that would just make me even angrier. Her favorite chair, huh? I should just smash this thing to pieces. It's wobbly and off balance, just like she was. Especially that night. I'm too upset to even think straight. It's like looking into my own soul right now. Did I see shadows move? No, Just my imagination. It's like the whole world is against me. Even my mind is playing tricks on me. I hate her so much. A part of me still thinks she'll forgive me and come back. But I've lost all hope now. Do I deserve to be forgiven? What about all the things she did and all the things she said?
Words and dreams may be enough for you, but you know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon because I've had enough.
All of these pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies. All the real color faded from it long ago. It must be full of dust mites. I should burn it. I told her the rug was fine work, like I know anything about handicrafts. But it's what the Empress wanted to hear, wasn't it? I couldn't care less about this damn thing. The stains on this bed suddenly make me mad. Angry, even. Why must life always end up so sordid and hateful? I'm not crawling in there. I'm too riled up for that, and it's just not dark enough anyway. Why torture myself trying to remember? I should tear all her filthy, disease-ridden clothes apart and burn them. Everything she wore, just to lure me in. Not even these violent impulses give me the strength I need to open the armoire. What is wrong with me? I'm too upset to even think straight. It's finally sinking in. She's not coming back. Nothing in this cabin will ever change again unless it's by my hand.
We don't have any more light bulbs. I'm sick of this thing anyway. We're chipping away at what little money we have because of a piece of junk.
I hate her so much. Stupid, feeble-minded woman with her silly menial things. It was she who didn't deserve me. I wouldn't waste my intellect on this sublunary distraction. She probably cared more for this plant than she cared for me. All of these pathetic... It's just a book. What good will reading a fairy tale do me? God has never been there for me when I needed comfort. Why would he want to go out of his mysterious ways to help me now? I couldn't care less about this damn thing. That incessant noise! I should smash this useless antique to pieces right now! It can't keep the time for 5 minutes straight. Chimes completely at random and never stops making that infernal noise. But hey, guess who thought it was so cute? This thing has caused me more sleepless nights than I care to remember. No wonder I'm going crazy. Why torture myself trying to remember?
Why must I always be the one to fill the damn pitcher?
When did the place get so out of hand? I hate dust, and so did she, but here's a whole freaking cake of it. If I kicked the nightstand, the dust would billow up and swallow me like a desert storm. I'm too upset to even think straight. I couldn't care less about the damn thing now. Maybe I should have a look at the contact pages. Her and her damn spice. Wow, two can play at that game. Serena thought she was so special. Always trying to make our sex life edgy and exciting. Now I can see she was just afraid of admitting how bland and boring she really was. I hate her so much. Sunlight, birdsong. Nothing feels worse when there's no hope. No chance of anything. The light is so dim here. Makes me want to chop down every tree outside. There's only a limited window of opportunity for everything. And I wasted mine. All of these pathetic souvenirs from our... Guess I could have thanked that heartless slut at least once whenever she covered up her body. No, this isn't like me. I must calm down. If anyone is to be blamed, that's me. This ugly old thing makes me feel sick. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. She once told me how I supposedly used words to fool her somehow, but what did she think this stuff was? Natural? How was I supposed to react when she used this, anyway? She knew I loved her. It's not like we have to say it over and over again. The smell of this disgusts me. So many lies, so much deceit. She probably left it here just to spite me. Why torture myself trying to remember?
And the weird thing is, this picture never changes. It's always the same. I've looked at it in every single part, and it never changes.
Where are you going? Oh, that's rich. Just run away.
I just needed to blow off steam, to be somewhere else, just for a while. But I can't even remember what we argued about. Unless she was the one who left. I'm too upset to even think straight. I tried to flush these a long time ago, but someone noticed, as if she cared about my impotent life. High blood pressure? What a load of bull. I've never felt better in my life.
I'm sick and tired of having to pamper you like a baby. Fine, I hope you have a great, lonely time at the hospital.
I hate her so much. I can't even bear to look at my face. She's really done a number on me. She never descended to criticizing my looks, though. Even when we fought, even when my hairline started going. But it was a sore point for me. My thoughts are all over the place. Get it together, damn it. All of these... How could I have been so blind? Her vanity. Always fixing her hair before bed. Doting on her hair like a child. But I'm being unfair. Would I have wanted her to be some frump? I'm too angry to even care. All she cared about was herself all along. Her needs, her feelings. That's all that ever mattered to her. What about mine? I couldn't care less about this damn thing.
Alright, and then this is the way that you move on more.
Changeable man, insolent wretch. Sounds like Serena, all right. Her father's realm. She was a daughter of the Celtic sea god Manannán. What was it? Maclur? Scholars say Niamh's divine father, Manannán, was of an elder race even more ancient than the Tuatha Dé Danann. Why torture myself trying to remember?
It didn't have anything to do with that. It's actually right here. You can actually open the trunk now.
It's just a bunch of schmaltzy junk. A shrine to naivety. I don't see anything else of value. I should just destroy this useless junk. But not even the venom inside me gives me strength. I'm too upset to even think straight.
So, the way to move on...
I hate her so much.
Try and see if there's anything else in here. Hold on. It doesn't look like it. I was curious to know if there was something else in this trunk. This is the way to move on.
I sit here on the train, taking me to my final farewell to the ones who brought me to this world. I see the smiling couples on their way to new adventures and think, that used to be us. We had joy and laughter and friends once, but a memory is not the thing itself. You're very good at letting things you don't want to face slip off you. You continue as if nothing has changed, lost in your own lifeless world. Words and dreams may be enough for you. You know what? You'll get a chance to test that soon. I question how I once saw things. How much of what I thought we had were my own feelings, and how much of your manipulation, because you are so very good with words, aren't you? You knew how to use them when we met, and for the longest time, I went along with the romantic whirl you conjured up around our shabby, isolated existence. Oh, it took me long enough to see it for what it was. And there were these moments that you swept me off on foolish flights of fancy, when I threw myself into your fantasies. You wove your spell, plying me with your magic and with wine in equal measure, and I was taken in like the lost little girl I was. Do you realize all the pain you've caused me? They say if you have to ask whether someone loves you, you already know the answer. Protestations to the contrary can no more convince me any more than I can make my own mother or father draw breath again. Your aloofness tells a different story. I no longer know what you're thinking. With my parents gone and with your refusal to even accompany me in my time of need, something broke. Or maybe it happened long ago, but I never saw it so clearly before, even after everything. I don't make you feel comfortable? Really? That's all you have to say? I won't waste any more life waiting for things that'll never come. Of course, that's what you expect me to do. Play the good wife so no one will laugh at you for being the failure you are, to shield you from the truth of your existence. Lost in your books and vapid verse, blithely drifting into the mists of time, as if not even a footnote, when you could be raking at it if you'd only used your words for anything other than personal indulgence. You talked and talked about your path, the winter blueness of my eyes, all that nonsense. And the years rolled by, the seasons came and went, on, you pursuing your dreams that will never be, lost in your damned words, looking for clues you'll never find. I'm sure you're doing it even now with your rotting books. You took the best years of my life, and gave only empty words in return. We've gone as far as we can, and something's got to give. S.
That's it. You won't hear a chime yet because you gotta pick up this.
Now I remember. It was me all the time. I lost her, and it's all my fault. Her jewelry box. What is it doing here?
Is there something under the jewelry box?
All of this,
No.
these
Okay.
pathetic souvenirs from our relationship, they're all lies.
Now, with the jewelry box, it was a little hard. I thought you maybe had to put it on the dresser over here, but it's not actually that. You sit in your chair, and you place it anywhere. As you can see, now it looks like you can pick up the table, but if you click, you put down the jewelry box. Then you can open the jewelry box, look inside, and you can see this.
Her wedding ring or mine? But what is it doing here? Oh, please, no. It's hers. I can't believe she would just leave it here. Where the hell is she? No. It can't be true. No. No, I didn't do it. I need to wake up from this nightmare. I couldn't care less about this damn thing. I remember how happy these made her. She smiled. That wonderful smile. I must have gifted these to make amends or something. Or did I? Did I ever gift her anything? She loved her trinkets more than she loved me. Right? Why torture myself trying to remember?
Now it's going to turn into a very dark. Well, let's find out. This is the end game. Finally get to open the armoire just to find this. A corpse.
My God. What is this? It can't. It isn't. How did it happen? I can't remember. It's already rotten beyond recognition. But how much time has passed? It's dry and withered. A body takes at least weeks to... How long has it been? I can't even remember how I did it. Maybe I didn't. Do I have brain damage? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I used to have some sleeping pills here. They're gone. Oh, I'd give anything for a bottle of scotch. So many things wrong. Different. What happened? I remember none of it. Nothing. I should electrocute myself with that lamp. I don't need to see that horror any better. Is there someone out there? Or am I hearing things? I'm not taking any chances by turning this on.
Okay, and now you'll notice when you push space, now you can't click the lamp anymore. This is when you know that it's the end game. You get a couple of things that you can hear per thing, and then it's over. You can't hear it anymore.
My own dark world. Barely alive. Is this my eternal punishment? I wonder if this plant is poisonous. With my luck, it would just give me a headache. Atropa belladonna. You were a better fate for me. Is this Purgatory? Job, was it? Why did I not die at birth? For now I would have lain down and been quiet. I would have slept. I would have been at rest. To hell with this book. Please, let me wake up. Let it be a dream. In that sleep of death, what dreams may come. I can't bring myself to close my eyes. I know I'll see her. What have I done? I remember stumbling on this more than once, but she always insisted it be kept here. She did it on purpose. This rug. I could wrap the body in it. No, I can't. I can't even think about this. It's grotesque. Red like blood. Yellow like dead eyes.
And look at this. Time has stopped.
Isn't time supposed to heal all wounds? I've really gone insane this time, haven't I? I could swear time is standing still. How long must I suffer? Dust. Only dust. Will I see another dawn after this long night? I'd do anything to forget, to be able to focus on something. Just read again. Anything other than... Dear God, would death be guaranteed? I'm too much of a coward to try killing myself with this. No light. Only darkness. I feel sick. Flesh. Temptations. Oh no. I couldn't. Not after. I didn't touch her. I could have, but no. I did not. The sun is a silent death for some. Dehydration. Delirium. If I smashed the window, I could just slit my wrists with the shards. Bashing my head through might cut a carotid artery, even quicker than the wrists.
Like I said, takes a very dark turn.
I can't bear looking at this. All the neglect within. I didn't look enough at her. And now, it's too late. Her purple dress, like it was torn out of the night sky. And I tore her life from her. What's happening to me? Is this real or some kind of drug-fueled nightmare? Wish I could overdose myself with this. Nah, an easy way out is never the best one. My head is pounding. Is it the pills I never took? Is this my punishment?
And see, if you look at the picture again, it's the same. Always the same. Never changes. And you can keep clicking it too. It's not one of those that goes away like all these other ones.
She's not coming back. She never left. I must be in shock. It still hasn't sunk in emotionally what I must have done. What else would explain it?
Okay, it seems like it skipped one of those. It was like, I've been running away, I can't run away from this or something. I don't know why sometimes it skips the audio cues, but every now and then it will.
It smells sour and musty, like decay, evidence. Shit. Evidence. I can't run from this. I didn't deserve her. Whatever happens to me, I will deserve it. Shattering it would get me some sharp shards, but no. I'm so drained. It's all futile anyway. If only I could see her hold this again. But now, this is real. No dream was ever like this. I can't touch it. It was hers. What did I do to my love? When was the last time she brushed her hair? Did I brush her hair? They say hair is just dead cells anyway. The more hair you have, the more strands of dead cells sprouting from your scalp, streaming behind you in your wake.
Okay, so that's all for that. Apparently you can't do anything with the mirror, which is kind of sad. I find that to be... I mean, you can't even do anything if you, like, look up or anything. I find that to be kind of a wasted opportunity. It would be nice if you could do something with the mirror. You might be able to hear voices as well. We'll get to that later, though.
With a twist of wind, Oisin fell hard on his homeland ground. You and me both, my warrior poet. You and me both. I read somewhere, I forget where, only one way a fairy romance can end. There's only one way anything can end, really. It might as well be a coffin. Everything within it is just dead. I should bury my sorry self in it. All those memories. I'm so sorry, Serena. I loved you.
And see? There's people there now. But we won't activate that just yet. That's the end of the game.
Those noises sound like more than one person. Who can it be? The police? Are they coming for me? I deserve it, but I want to see who it is first. There's something about those voices. I must know. The window.
Yes, they talk about the window, but I'm not gonna trigger the window yet. Notice also there's a lot of blood here now. And blood on the corner of the table, too. But you still can't search it. You can't look at it.
There's no point. No point at all. The more I look at this, the more it feels like an electric chair. I won't see her sitting on this chair ever again. I just don't know how to cope. That night, the night we had that fight, this is where she told me. What a damn fool I was.
Don't walk away from me. Don't you fucking care anymore? Stop. Get back here.
She was right. I wasn't good enough for her. Just words. This is not life. All the words in these books couldn't bring her back to me. What have I become? All the knowledge in here was at my reach, and yet I was blinded by ignorance. Oh, is this how I did it? I should bash my skull in with this right here, right now. There's no point in going on. If only Serena hadn't missed me back then. I'm going to be sick. There's no booze, no food. Even if there was anything left to eat or drink, I couldn't force it down. There's no point.
Oh. I wonder if, oh yeah, that's probably what was happening. It's probably why it was like 6 different things said here. It's because you can do the pot, and then once it goes away, once the cast iron skillet goes away, you'll automatically be clicking the stove. Now you can click this, but again, there's nothing useful here. I mean, I've read it, and there's really nothing useful, so it's kind of hard to read anyway. Prepare yourself. Look.
My face? What's happened to my face? Is this my punishment? It's like looking into a mirror. I've just been slowly rotting inside all along, until I took her life. I am a demon, a destroyer, impure. I must have taken her ring off when... Why is it in this chest? Was it guilt? Disgust? Denial? In sickness and in health, until death do us part. Why did she have to be like that? Why did she always toy with my feelings? What have I done to you, my Serena? I can't think about this. I feel faint. Have to breathe normally.
Almost done.
I'm getting hysterical. Seeing this, I can't help thinking of pepper spray. It doesn't even make any sense. Pepper, the black condiment. I have to focus on something, just not this. I need to stop staring at this idiotic thing. Dead, worm-eaten wood.
There, that's the table.
The many times we sat here. So many. To think there would ever be a last time. The dinners, the laughs. I can't bear looking at it any longer. If only I had died of high blood pressure, at least she would be... Random associations. I remember after our fight just staring at this salt shaker for what seemed like hours. Serena was the salt of the earth. She was my pillar, my guardian angel. What have I done?
And here's the end. Listen close.
Do you realize how stupid this was? We had a plan. I took measures to ensure nothing like this would happen. But no, you couldn't help your damn self. We can't risk moving it now. The bulldozers are coming any minute.
Fire will do it.
Do you think they will buy it after all this time? It's been months since you...
Don't worry. It's all covered. He spent much time here.
Fine. Give me the kerosene. Oh shit. You forgot your... Fuck. It was so stupid to leave it. Why did you do that?
Can you calm down? I couldn't bear to wear it any longer. It's in a safe place. We'll pick it from the ashes.
No, not like this. Please. No.
And that is the end of Serena. So after this is done, I will let you know what I think of the ending and what I have come to. Are they saying Serena? Just Serena? Seems like it. So, for the ending of this game... Okay, so apparently they're not going to shut up. This game takes a long time to end, too. But it does end. And I'm hoping the recording will still go on after it ends, because I'm going to let you know what I think of the ending of it. So now that you guys have seen it, what do you believe the ending is? I'm going to let you know that I don't think it's Serena inside the closet. He believes it's Serena inside the closet, but I think what the whole entire game is about is that he is a ghost, or a spirit, if you will, that is stuck inside where his body is. He's the one inside the closet. I believe he was killed, something with the table, maybe smashing his head into the table or something like that, I don't know. Had to have done something, or probably something to do with the chair, the comfy chair there, more than likely. But I'm thinking it's him. He never really realizes that it's not her, even in the end, because in the end, outside of that window, if you guys didn't gather it, that was Serena and another lover of hers. And they were saying something about it's been months since she what? She did something. She killed him. She killed him. I don't know how she killed him. She might have killed him with that, with the throwing of the cast iron, but if that was so, then I don't understand how there's blood on the table. But obviously Serena's not dead because she's on the outside. And when they were saying, oh shit, you don't even have it, oh, why did you leave it, that was so stupid and stuff, and she's like, well, I couldn't bear to wear it anymore, don't worry, it's in a safe place, we'll pick it from the ashes. That was her wedding ring. Because her wedding ring was in a safe place. It was inside of the jewelry box, inside of that trunk. Everything else would burn, but I'm pretty sure the wedding ring would still be intact. So, like I said, I don't think he's alive, because many times through the game, he gives hints as to not being alive. Like when you first click the stove and he says, I should probably eat, but I'm not hungry. Yet you see all this dust, and it's obviously been months, because the guy said it's been months since she killed him. So there's no way he could have been alive, and you can't see your own dead body, so he has to be a ghost, a troubled, tormented soul, trapped in his own purgatory, as the Bible depicted when he clicks on that after he's gone, after he sees the dead body, saying, is this purgatory? I believe it is. That's just my idea. I would like to see, or I would like to hear your guys' ideas, see if maybe you come up with a different idea. If you did like the video, just, leave me a like, leave a comment, please. Let me know what you want me to play. I have lots of games on Steam here. You can check and see. I mean, not too many, but I might play some more. But anyway, I did enjoy this game. I really did. But like I said, that one time spot, that's what really got to me, because I couldn't get the whole entire story in. Because he says something about, oh, she used to hum when she was cooking. If you look at the stove, he says, oh, she used to hum while she was cooking. Well, that makes a lot more sense than that her humming got annoying or whatnot. It's like, well, he never said anything about humming. But if you check the stove in time, then you get that information. But other than that, I mean, I guess you just check things as much as you can in that time limit. And then the next time you play, if you do play again, try checking all different things, and you can kind of piece the story together. But anyway, guys, I do hope you enjoyed it. I think it's a great game. I hope they'll make more. I think they're making an H.P. Lovecraft's Case of Charles Dexter Ward, it looks like, doing a Kickstarter for that, so that could be awesome. I'll probably definitely check that out, because I do like the way these guys make games. So like I said, if you do like my videos, consider subscribing just so you can, get it in your feed when I post new videos, and you can check out the new videos. Anyway, guys, my name is Vidavis, and I am signing out. Check you later.